Today on CarTraction, you join us on an absolutely horrible November Saturday morning. All the cars in here are absolutely soaking, which is not good at all, but thankfully this one ain't. This is the 1949 Austin Pathfinder. It's now integrated in its little sort of own corner here. And I don't quite know what we're going to be doing in today's video, because it'll probably be several days and perhaps weeks that'll go into this particular upload, but at least today we're going to start looking at the tyres on here. The two front tyres here are original Dunlop tyres, and while they are holding air, they are a little bit suboptimal, you might say. This one is about 5 times larger than it should be, and that one's like 2 times larger than it should be, so Dad has gone online. You basically can't get hold of any of these original tyres, so we've got these tyres here. So at least today, in the first part of this video, my third video I think, documenting the restoration of my 1949, or I said it's really Dad's 1949 Austin Pathfinder. Is it a bit cold near the door?
It is, yeah.
Yes, so today we are going to be fitting the new tyres. So we'll see what those look like on the car, because you can't get any of these. We got the new tubes as well. They're just modern cycle tubes off eBay. And yeah, let's see if we can at least get something done today on a day that you really don't want to be doing anything outside. So yeah, we've retreated inside and we're going to be tinkering with the Austin Pathfinder pedal car. The second we came into the garage this morning, Dad was already moaning about, I mean, it's fair enough, all the cars are just absolutely sodden in here. This is far from your temperature controlled modern oh, my trousers are getting wet. Far from your temperature controlled modern garage here. This is the 1954 Renault 4CV. We will get onto the Pathfinder shortly, don't worry, but this is what owning a collection of classic cars is like all year round in an oldish building. That's all out now, pretty much. Yeah, enough. That was already pretty loose. Okay, it's probably the tyres since new, I think, these front ones. The Dunlop Cord Balloon. These have done many, many miles, but no more now.
They'll be hung up somewhere. We'll keep those.
Right, where's your tyre kit thing? We've recently organised to get this space for the pedal car. Oh, it's here.
I think it's there, isn't it, in that little...
Yeah, this little pouch. And nothing's where it usually is.
No.
Which is very, very confusing.
It is.
This is a very old Chemico set of tools.
So that's another spare that came with it. But I don't think we'll be using that. Let's put that down there.
Just get the sort of tyre irons on and just sort of...
Yeah, get one of these out.
So these are usually for spokes, aren't they? So do I just do it in the same way, like?
Yeah, sort of do it that way. So that you sort of...
Because usually these latch into the spokes on a bike.
It's only a small tyre. So hopefully it'll come without... That's it. You might just have to hold it. If I hold that one.
Yeah, okay.
Putting up a bit of a fight. It's getting there, isn't it?
Just will it pull off?
We'll leave that one in and then go for the next one. As you go around, it should get easier.
We have to be really, really careful not to distort the rims.
No,
those are really nice and original.
Right. I'll hold that one. We'll now go around.
Oh, we're almost there.
Not far.
There we go.
That's that side off. Proper old toolkit. Right. So next thing to do is take that off and pop see if you can push the valve through the hole in the wheel.
Yeah.
And then we need to get the tube out, just like on a bike. So it might need a bit of a jiggle because it's been there 70 years or something, hasn't it? So yeah. Let's see if that should push out.
Okay, out of there.
That's it. Just want to try and get it over. That's it.
Able to pull the tube out now?
Yeah, I mean, the tube actually holds air since we changed that valve core.
I don't think so now. It might have affected. Oh, it's had a repair at some point, I just saw.
Is it?
Interesting.
Is there a patch on it? Oh, there's a patch, yeah.
How long that's been there for?
We'll keep it as a spare tube.
Yeah, it did work.
That's the original
Dunlop air seal.
Matching tubes. That's quite cool. There's loads of air in that. Made in Great Britain.
Yeah, didn't let the whole thing. Yeah. Tractor implement industrial for well-based rims only. Nice display item.
Right, so now
So just
get the tyre off. You might, it might come over. You might need to use the little thingamajigs.
Oh, I'm so nearly there. Yeah, well, just literally just to.
It'll come. It'll come.
See, this is the bit of restoration no one else sees.
No.
Salvage hunters, whatever.
No.
You never see this bit.
No, the grungy work.
No. We bring you the sort of chewed up bolts and
yes,
that part of the restoration world.
Yeah, the miserable bit.
Yeah. No, that's not very strong.
There you go. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
Nice original wheel.
Nice work. So there's a lot of original paint on that wheel.
There's a bit of dirt on those.
Yep. So I think what we'll do is take them all off, all the wheels off, and then so we'll just repeat this another 3 times, and then it'll be good to go.
Do you have the same sort of OCD where you'd have to put this one there and you couldn't put it like there?
I couldn't possibly say.
If you could, you would, wouldn't you?
I would, yes. We could put a little mark on them to say offside front and.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose. I'll just leave it there for now, to be fair.
Yeah.
Moving on to the rear offside.
Yeah, more of the same.
We won't bore you with all of the process again, don't worry.
Right, go on.
That one's already out.
We've broken out the.
I need another one, really.
Yeah, slightly larger tyre irons for this because it's a bit of a fight.
Yeah, I need another big one. We've got that really nasty, huge tyre off now, so we turn the car around. We're going to have a go at these ones next. That doesn't seem to have any air in it. So I'll take the little band off the bottom.
There we go. Hey.
I think that tyre's seen better days now.
Yeah, it's not going to pass any MOTs, that one, is it?
These wheels are really nice, so we'll try and keep the paint original on
So
them.
are these up to being just cleaned up then?
Yeah. We have cleaned them up a bit. I think they will clean up.
It's just a bit oily, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they'll come up very
Nice and
nicely.
rich.
Where are these new tyres then?
The tyres are on the Mazda, I think, yeah.
So
The tube might as well do the same one. The new tubes. Head up at the tubes.
I think they'll be alright once they're on.
I had the tubes here before.
The tubes are all down here. The tubes are all down here.
No, the new tubes.
Oh, they're on the windscreen of the EMX5.
Oh, right, yeah. So unfortunately, while these may not be Dunlop originals, they might work better for now.
Well, hopefully they'll hold air. So it wouldn't harm. Actually, it wouldn't harm to unpack them all, and then they can just be sort of opening up a bit, you know, because they've been folded up for.
Okay, I'll leave that for now then.
Since they were made.
Yeah.
We'll try and find a matching set of nice valve caps.
Is it a standardised like fitment?
Hopefully. These were originally sold for.
Is it mobility scooters or something?
Yeah, mobility scooters, that kind of thing. But happily, they're the same size as the Pathfinder and the J40.
This weekend was also our last weekend with the Ferguson TEA20 tractor. This one has now been sold and will be going to a new home. The standard's getting a little bit wet. You can really hear in here when it's raining. Now while the outside face of the wheels may look quite nice, they do need cleaning up a bit. The insides are all very, very greasy, so we're going to use some white spirit here to degrease all of it.
That's it, and just give it a work it round without covering everything else with it. Hopefully there's...
You can see the paint is very nice underneath.
Yeah. That's it. Get in all the nooks and crannies, and then it'll evaporate off. We'll wipe it over, evaporate off, and then because we could repaint the wheels, but
nah.
I think it's nice to see a bit of the original paint, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, they're coming up a treat.
So this is the first wheel that I did the white spirit treatment. The others are just down there drying. You can actually see just how lovely they are, especially the back, which was bad before. So this has been drying for about 15 minutes already, so we'll just make sure it's completely dry. So that's good for both of these sort of two faces. It's lovely, like that.
Nice old paint, original paint.
So we'll have to clean a bit of this up, because this is the bit that, of course, the tube touches, so you don't want anything sort of grazing.
No, you don't want any sharp, sort of flaky bits.
No, so we'll clean that up a little bit, and we'll just do the same treatment for all the other wheels.
There's no actual rot in them, is there?
No. No, not at all.
No. So, given that they're 75 years old,
it's worth keeping that, isn't it? That's lovely.
Original factory paint.
Yeah. So that's dry now. So
very nice. Very nice.
Cleaning up the rims now. Just smoothing off the edges. Stop the tube chafing on it. So we're just about to have a go at putting the wheel on around the tube, and these are obviously a different size because there's quite a bit of...
Yeah, I mean the sold is the same size, but maybe the wheels are a slightly different design on mobility scooters.
Inches versus centimetres, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so we'll try it. So we'll have to put the
we'll
tyre
just
on.
try.
We'll put the tyre on.
We'll see what it's like.
And then slip the tube in. The tube's in. I'm just trying to coerce the tyre over without trapping the tube anywhere. And the more it goes on, the trickier it gets, doesn't it?
It does.
If I hold that, so you can pop the pump on. The tube's not trapped or anything. Give it a sort of a, just make sure there's no
lumpy bits.
There's no lumpy bits.
That is all on OK. So for the first time,
new tyres on it. Tyre. There we go.
Just 3 more. Is it actually worth putting these on or not?
Well,
probably not worth even having them on, is it?
Possibly not. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, I'll just tack this one on.
Just to see what it looks like, really. But I think they'll do.
I'll just literally.
They're not exactly
loose.
They're not exactly the same tread pattern as original. They're not exactly the same as the ones that I ordered, to be honest. But
no, they're not.
But
you got scammed.
I think.
Have a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a matching set of those.
Yeah. But there's no real point in having it on, is there?
No, we don't need it on.
Think about it. No.
We don't need it on, but I just wanted to see.
Just get the tyres on and then just stack them up somewhere until it's done, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that'll be one of the last things to go on again.
Yeah, and then we'll oil. You can oil the wheels up, can't you?
A little bit.
Just a
little bit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to do before that.
Yes. Nice. No, just 3 more to do.
Indeed.
There you go. Just pop them under somewhere. There you go.
Well, everyone, all 4 tyres are all okay. Those have just gone into storage for now. We've just turned the car over very safely, of course, because we're just starting the sort of strip down of the things you don't really need. So we've taken the dash out. What else have we done? We've taken the grille out the front, because this is actually quite badly bent somewhere around here. So we're going to have to look. Yeah, that is very, very bad also. So we're just looking at the sort of front axle. This is probably going to have to stay, and
this appears to be welded in. Front axle, I'm not sure if that's original or not.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Just looking at how the steering works as well. Thankfully all the pedals and brakes seems to be working well. It operates this drum back here.
So that's the brake at the back.
So I think the next thing to do probably is to have a look at getting the engine out, because it's the interpretation of the twin cam 4-cylinder in the Austin 7s, and it should be just painted black, but it isn't.
You've got all the pedal assembly here. These have survived, haven't they?
Yes, I think we'll keep
often they don't. Yeah, those are the originals.
Yeah. So we'll try and maybe get the engine and stuff.
Yeah, at least make a start. Probably have to clean. You'll have to clean the threads up.
That's just wire wool, though, isn't it?
Yeah, wire brush the threads. Bit of WD-40.
We've now got a little storage area for Pathfinder parts. Sorry for not filming it yesterday, but we did eventually get the engine out of the lovely Pathfinder. It was such a pain and it was getting quite late and dark. We didn't film it, but it is out now. That was in there, obviously, like that. 2 of these came out relatively okay. These 2 we had to drill out, which was a massive, massive pain, which exposes these. These are the HT leads going to the spark plugs, which obviously we've taken out. Those would sit in there. And while these may look like 4 separate leads, they're actually 2 sort of leads with the connectors on either end. It's quite hard to explain. So instead of all being bolted, of 4 of them, it's just 2 leads looped around like that. So that's got both terminals on it. We'll probably end up remaking these. So that's one of them. And here's the other. So I don't think we'll end up using those. There's actually quite a bit of space here at the moment, as Dad has got the 4CV and the MX-5 out. Is there a bit of tinkering going on?
Well, just getting a bit of heat through everything. It's a bit damp while it's parked up.
I think the 4CV needs a bit more tinkering to get it running properly, happily. And this also needs quite a bit more tinkering. So this is obviously where the engine is mounted on. So it's actually got lovely paint there, but this will be repainted. It will all be sort of black, like satin black, but this is all quite sort of gunged up here. So do you think old petrol Is that the way to go? Oh yes, we got white spirit which we're using on the wheels, so we'll get some white spirit on here, then that'll just clean up this surface. See, the white spirit is lifting off all this horrible grease.
Original paint.
Yeah, that might be something we keep. I don't know. We'll have to see how it cleans up.
I think it'll just get repainted with everything else, because it's hidden but under the engine anyway. So.
Yeah, I suppose. It'd actually be harder probably to avoid painting it. It's quite loud in here today because it's that storm that I can't remember the name of, but the winds outside are touching about 60. All the covers are blown off the car, so it's not very nice, but at least me and Dad, we're not warm, but we're inside, and we're going to be doing a bit more tinkering on the Pathfinder. We've recently ordered some new parts which are coming today, new kingpins and a new set of bearings, so today I'm going to be fitting those, as there's too much play in there really. So we'll have to get all this off. There's a lot more fitting to do with the front axle, and on this side there's none at all, so there's quite a bit of play there. The rear ones are actually relatively okay. So yeah, it's just going to be another day of tinkering. It's very, very loud in here with the rain, and I'll see if I can get these new bearings on, which should hopefully at least eliminate a bit of the play and looseness in the front axle. You may have seen since the last time the Pathfinder's now against the back wall. Had a bit of a reorganising in here, just have a bit more space around the car. The Renault is now just one of the two cars in here, the A40 there. The MX-5 is sadly outside today, and of course the cover's blown off on that. I need something to get that split pin out. Will a screwdriver work? Or should I tap it?
Put some pliers in.
So yeah, the MX-5, that's just, I think, rebuilding. Should I just go like that? Just
yeah, if these are straight and crimped together so they can go past through the hole.
Yeah.
And then you can start just tapping it up a little bit, just see, to get the split pin out. Just give it a little tap, tap, tap.
Very, very loud in here.
Yeah, now you can probably grab that from the top with the pliers.
No, don't even need the pliers.
Okay.
I think Dad will be doing a little bit of carburettor work on the Renault 40V today, but I'll be doing this. So here is...
So those are the roller bearings.
All very old and greasy. These are the old style.
Individual rollers. And they, hopefully, will be replaced with this more modern type of ball bearing arrangement.
Greasy hands.
So we'll have a go at that.
So will those literally just slide on and...
Hopefully, I haven't tried it yet, so we'll have to give it a go.
Literally just like...
Yeah, it should do, but we'll have to clean this up a bit first and just...
Yeah, there's too much on that.
Yeah, it's too much gunge.
We're going to take all this old remnants of paint off the end of the axle here. A bit of sandpaper and a bit of just screwdriver.
Yeah, just to get this off.
I suppose we'll probably have to repaint this, won't we?
Yeah, I think we'll have to get all this cleaned up, I think.
Yeah. There may have been a very exciting development regarding the seat of this car. I'm not going to say anything yet, but keep posted on the restoration because something very exciting will be happening regarding to that.
Yeah, stay tuned.
So that's all the paint off this sort of stub end of the axle, you could say, I suppose. So one of the bearings will have to go in there because we've got 4 and we're only doing the front. The rear one's okay, but that is now should
nice and square. Put it on square so it sort of pushes on. So that's a good, nice interference fit.
Yeah, it's good. So now we just need to look at, I presume, this. And
give this a clean up, and then we can trial fit, install the bearings in that, put it on, and then see what it's like. Hopefully there's no wear on the actual pin itself.
It doesn't seem to be too worn. Like, oh, that's fairly crisp.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
So what do I have to do with this? Like wire brush?
Just give it a clean with the rag and get any old gunge out. Get the rag, and then we'll just go for a dry run just to make sure it all fits together.
I mean, this will all have to come off sandblasted.
Oh yeah.
It's just about getting things running and true before.
Yeah, get everything so there's no wear to speak of, and
then sandblast, and then shape the body. Is that?
Yeah, we'll sandblast it, and then
we can start.
Just need to
hammering.
straighten this out a bit. Replace this.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, straighten that
there
out.
where someone's just been pulling the thing.
Yeah.
I imagine there's probably somewhere else.
Yeah, there'll be bits to do.
Let's put the two bearings in either side.
Yeah.
Let's go for a trial run on the axle itself. Well, that's a lot better. There was a little bit of...
Was that taking a lot of the play out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
To be honest. I presume we'll have to find a couple of more fat washers.
Yes, we'll find some fat washers there.
Because then there'll be a little bit of...
Yeah, that'll just get rid of the end float, as they'd call it. So yeah, that seems quite positive. So we'll just find some extra washers, and then we'll do the other side as well. Right? Well, you will.
Yeah,
you will.
I keep saying we, but this is all me doing the work.
It's you doing it. It's you doing it. So yeah, that's good.
So now the other side is on. Someone had done a little bit of a sort of dodgy repair. I've blobbed a bit of welding onto the end of the stub axle, so there's quite a bit of filing to get that so that the bearing would fit on, but now we're all good. So this is only just temporary, but I'll just sneak the split pin down there, just hold it on for now. Yeah, that's we probably only need one more washer on this side, really.
Yeah, we need a couple of washers maybe, but
you need more on the other side. There's more.
Yeah, that spins nicely, and there's a little bit of end to end there, but the washers will take that out.
Yep.
But in terms of play,
for now,
looks pretty good.
One lunch later, the weather is still just as bad. I think the next thing to do on the Pathfinder is to sort out the hubs. Now, while I would absolutely love to keep these original, if you look at the other side, the paint is pretty poor, and to keep that original we'd have to keep all this original, and we are absolute suckers for patina here at CarTraction, an old classic car HQ, but I think this is just a little bit too far gone, so we're going to link up something to the drill here, link up like a little sort of like wire brush end or something like that. I don't know, Dad will have to help me with that. And unfortunately this paint is going to have to go. Dad's just outside because I think the shelter is a little bit weak with this somewhat inclement weather. We've had all this fall down, and while I'm doing the Pathfinder, Dad's just fettling the carburettor on the little Renault 4CV. So everyone, we are now on to the, what is it, offside?
We've done the offside.
Oh yes, this is the near side.
Yeah.
The offside is now all very shiny on both sides.
Yeah.
So that's all done using a combination of this fella here and this and a bit of this and a bit of this. So now I've just got to do it all again on this one here. Good afternoon everyone. While Dad has been messing around with a trying pedal car, I've been tinkering with the far superior Austin Pathfinder, and now all of the steering column is off.
You've taken that off.
So yeah, these are the steering arms, which would usually be somewhere around there. So those are removed and labelled, and then that's the actual bit that would go there.
That's the end of the steering column.
And then that would push the rods, these, to steer the car. Also the dash and the main steering column is out. All these will probably get sandblasted, I imagine. There's some good progress so far this afternoon, but probably with a little bit of Dad's help. I'm going to try and get the pedal assembly off. But everything's sort of joined up here.
Yeah, try and take it off all in one.
Yeah, no one thing can come off.
No, I mean, there may be ways of splitting this from the linkages from the axle.
It's probably easier just to keep it all.
But I suspect it's better to take it off in one
So I'll
go.
put these spare parts, because we will use these in our little box.
What are you doing there?
Trying to notch you up this bolt with the screwdriver.
Oh, right. So you've loosened off the...
What's come off? You've got 3 bolts here have come off. 3 bolts there have come off.
So these are the
which
pedals.
has got the pedal assembly loose. 4 bolts here have come off.
Yep.
And this is the bit that allows the axle to slide through. Those 2 have come off, which puts the axle onto the body. This plate just stops it from rattling around should these come off, I think. That one's basically off.
Yep.
I'm just taking the second of these off, which is the plate that stops this coming out. Done the thing that attaches the 2 that attaches the hub to the body. So it's just these that hold this little plate. It's so confusing to explain.
Well, that little plate, when you take the little plate out,
this should all slide out,
slide the axle out, doesn't it? You can see that. Shouldn't be too long.
This is the last bolt that holds it on.
Well, the rear axle.
Something like.
Get some light.
I never know whether it's tightening or not. That's going down okay.
Yeah, well, there's no nut there, so it should just wiggle out. There's a washer.
Oh, yeah.
There is a washer there.
So that needs to go with these.
That's it. So that's rear axle.
And now this should just sort of.
Maybe we need 2 sets of hands. So
Yeah,
that's the theory. So that's all out. So the front end
so I need
is
to
out.
lift that up.
Yeah.
That side needs to be.
Because it's the body's resting on the axle. So we need to relocate the body a bit.
No, it's a bit optimistic.
No, okay. Let me give you a hand. Then.
Yeah. Okay, so I had to enlist Dad's help with the split pins here, as those were stopping the axle from sliding out. But hopefully now it should just. I think the bottom one is okay.
Twist it a little bit to get it to ping out, maybe. I hold the front axle. Is that the bottom bit's out, isn't it? On the other side is out.
Yeah.
So that one just wants a bit of persuasion, I think.
It's the that'll go now.
Just feed it around the brake thing.
Wait.
Nearly. Hey. Wow.
That was a fight.
It was.
At least it's done.
Yes.
What are we going to do with this now?
Just stand it up for now on the floor and then...
One Pathfinder drivetrain.
Yeah, so that's almost...
Just need to... The brake assembly.
Just take...
Does this need to come off or can that stay?
That can probably stay, to be honest.
I don't think it's gonna...
We might have to... Well, it could take... We'd have to drill...
Yes.
You'd have to try and get those off. Those little screws, but...
Is this asbestos?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
this needs to... This looks complicated.
Yes. This probably wants to come off because it's held. It's only held on.
Oh yeah, you can take off the whole assembly,
out,
can't you?
And then just unhook it from there.
How do you house that?
I think it's just hooked in.
You just have to hit it.
I think it's just hooked in. So once this is loose, once the handbrake lever is loose, I should be able to just jiggle that out of there. So, I've got it in my hand.
Oh, that's smart. Holding the camera in the lamp. Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Be able to get at that?
Yeah. You can get at it in this orientation, I think.
Can you? You and your big words.
Don't want to spray oil in my face.
No.
Can I have the lamp, please? Thank you. It's like those guys in America welding, isn't it? Looking the other way.
Do you need any more on this? This one here on the thread. There's a bit of a blast.
On right into the light for some reason.
Yeah, so all you need to do is whiz out those two nuts.
We just need to get an airline and sort of take it outside and do all that.
I guess.
I bet this is that. Look at that I've been using. Yeah.
Just give it a go and see. Give it a try.
It'd have to be a sort of long screwdriver, quite thin.
Right.
It's like really like that. Yeah. The bolts are now off the handbrake assembly, which would usually pull that way. So that would go like that, which pulls that onto the rear drum. It should just, just yanked the grip off earlier, and then hold on, just
I'm not sure.
You need a tap to get it that way. So I don't think it was straight up. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Right.
So just put the nuts and bolts back in there so we don't lose them.
Yeah, now we got to do the fun job of putting... Where are they?
All these
Yeah.
need to go into the axle.
I mean, pointlessly. Well, everyone, I think that concludes this particular update with the wonderful Austin Pathfinder pedal car. Pretty much this video just documenting the strip down of the car. If you did like this video, please do let me know in the comments below and subscribe, and check out the channel homepage. There's a few past videos including meeting the owner of this car who's had it since 1953, and the first video where we started to get our heads around what we'd actually got into. The next video, I imagine, will entail paint prep, including sandblasting and preparing sort of some of the things here for paint, like the drivetrain assembly and all the things you don't really want sandblasting, and maybe painting. I will have to see. Obviously I don't know yet. I'm just doing this because you guys seem to like vintage pedal cars and me thinking on things, and it adds to my school project. But yeah, that's it for this particular video. Comment, like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and make sure to come back whenever I do another update. Thanks for watching.